Oh, what is going on, guys? It is MaskMan here, and welcome to the Weekly Road Trip. Officially Season 2 of the Weekly Road Trip. Oh yeah, and you might be asking yourself, now MaskMan, what on earth would justify a Season 2? I mean, it's the same game. They haven't released any DLC for it yet. There's going to be some soon coming out. But what would make it Season 2? What changes could you make to make it Season 2? And the change, my friend, is this. I got a new paint job and a new roof, and that's really about it. It's still the same truck. Whoops, that's the wrong button. It's still the same truck. It's still the same crappy driver. It's just a different me in a truck. What? I don't know how that made sense at all. Let's go ahead and start a job, shall we? Let's go ahead and do that. Job market. Let's go to the freight market. Let's see what we have here in our area of Budapest. We have quite a bit of things. Jesus Christ. That looks like a long-ass trip all the way to... Oh, that's how I could cut stuff. Words started off. Let me get the longest distance. Granted, if there's an update, I'm gonna get fucking screwed, but... Alright, that's the longest one. But that one is just a little shorter. It's over 1,000 miles, though, still, so... Could be fun. Could be fun. And the ferry takes us a long way, so we're going literally from the bottom right, almost the bottom right, to the top right. Let me check the map. There's only one city over that could be over more, in Debrecen, which I've been to before. All the way up here to Sheffield. It'll be like Top Gear. I'll have myself a Top Gear road trip. So you know what? And it's pretty light. It's a 9-ton thing. It's fragile. It's a very important delivery. I can get a lot of money for this. And I'm kind of low on money because I spent money fixing up my car to make it look nice. So you know what? We're going to do that one. It's going to be a long-ass road trip. And on that bombshell, we're off! Good night! That was a horrible impression. More power! Alright, the game does not like this part of the city, apparently, in my version. Even though I've got a pretty good card for what it is and how old this game is. My frame rate does not like this part of the town. I won't lie. I get about 28 frames a second on average. 27, 28, 27, 28. It bounces between the two. Sometimes when I turn, it goes all the way to 20, which is kind of bad for a game like this. It's not the most daunting game. So maybe if I could use a new video card, which I'm probably going to get here soon. I was thinking about getting a 970, but well, that's in the news recently. I'll go ahead and talk about that for a little bit. Oh, Jesus. Before I talk about my plans for Season 2, because I figured I'd talk about topical stuff before I talk about Season 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Once I get myself my rig, I'll talk about the whole NVIDIA fiasco before I go ahead and pick up a card from them. So we're going to want the Sheffield job. Take the job. My trailer is ready right over here. Let's get set. I don't know what that was. Alright, let me go ahead and whip my truck around. Stop. Oh, boy. That's a good sign. Alright, let's go ahead. This is loud, but it's okay. Trucks are loud in general, so back it up. You can tell I've done this a few times. Jesus. Alright, and we're off. We now have our load. I should probably fill up at the nearest gas station that I find on the route, because I'm below the halfway point in fuel, but it's not a very big deal. I can deal with it, kind of ish. And as we get ourselves on the road out of this city into the populated highway that is the highway, words. I'm going to talk about the NVIDIA fiasco. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. NVIDIA, how you have kind of screwed the pooch. See, before I go into the fiasco, let me tell you a little something. In my system, it is an AMD system. I have an AMD FX processor. I have an AMD, what the hell, HD Radeon 7870. I am topped out in AMD when it comes to... Okay, you people want to move? Thank you very much. I am topped out in this AMD system, but the reason why is because it was easy to make on a budget. AMD is very much a budget system. They're much cheaper than Nvidia usually is, or Intel usually is, because Intel is way the fuck up there in price. But they're better things, usually. And I was thinking about keeping things Radeon for my system, upgrading to like a 290X or 295X, one of those new good cards by AMD. But I hit a problem, in that my case, it's a pretty old case, but the issue that I have is my case is too small for most graphics cards. The card I have in here is about, I think the actual size was like 9.8 inches, and I have about an inch of space left in the case before it hits the steel, where you can put in and mount the SSDs and all, that I don't think you can take out. I can look at it again, but I don't think you can actually take this out without taking out the whole rack, which gets rid of all of the hard drive and SSD and disk drive parts. So I was having to look for a card that's smaller than the 10-inch span I have, and just about every single new Radeon card is a foot long or longer. And I was like, holy Jesus Christ, those won't fit in my system. None of the cards will. Even the lower end, like 270Xs won't fit in there, or the 270s, whatever they are by the AMD. The low end new Cs. Oh, whoops, there must have been a speed camera that I missed. Gonna slow down a little bit before I get in a wreck on this highway, because I'm not paying attention at all. But now it's not a speeding zone anymore, so hopefully these people will speed up now. Anyways, as I was saying, so none of the new good Radeon cards would fit in my system, so I was having to look at the new Nvidia cards. And sure enough, granted most of the cards are once again huge, but there is the is it EVGA, I believe it is? Yeah, the EVGA cards for the 970 and 980 would both fit in my system. And so I was like, okay, I can go ahead and get into those. I was thinking about it getting, because I don't need too much power, because the videos I make, I do game for fun every once in a while. I'm starting to game for fun a lot more now than I have in the past. But I'm thinking a 970 would be good enough to keep me good for a while. Like this card has here, kept me good for a while. But now a lot of newer games, like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, when I played that, was kind of rough. Dying Light is extremely rough. All that. I'm not getting enough power for the future games that I have now. So I was thinking about getting a 970. And then the whole, Jesus Christ, this car in front of me. Ooh, this gas station I'm gonna need to go to. Gonna cut in front of you, sir. Sorry. Almost hit that truck in the ass end. But it's fine. Anyways, as I was saying, the 970 has been under fire recently. Thankfully, before I bought it. It's kind of a first world problem issue, but the 970 is a 4GB memory card, which is pretty hefty. But it turns out it's kind of not exactly 4GB. The memory's partitioned into two spots. There's a main partition, which has all the speed, which is a 3.5GB partition while I fill up in gas. Sorry about completely just messing up the flow for you guys if you're enjoying my road trip. There's a main partition that's 3.5GB at the full speed. And then there's a second partition. Oh, my tank's full now. Okay. There's a second partition in the card that is the remainder of the half gig. But that part of the card runs extremely slower. And if you access that part of the card using a game that may need 4GB of memory, it completely messes with the card and drops your performance substantially. Now, let's face it, right now you're not going to hit that 4GB mark with many games out there right now. It just doesn't happen. I can't think of a game that would use all of that. But the problem is there. The card really only has mainly 3.5 gigs, even though it's advertised as 4, and if you hit that 4th gigabyte that's kind of glitched manufactured, I forgot what the reason is. There's apparently an L2 cache that was done wrong, and oh shit, Almost hit that car behind me. There's a cache wrong that's somewhere that makes it so that last half gig of the card is essentially inaccessible, and once you hit it, it breaks the card when you play the game. So they're under flack for the fact that even though there was this issue that there's only 3.5 really accessible gigabytes of memory in that card, they still advertise it as 4, and it's false advertising. When you try and hit that 4 limit, I got caught speeding. Damn it, I tried to stop in time, but these speed cameras are much different from the other ones. They're literally on the side of the road doing nothing. And I am just bobbing and weaving through traffic at this point. It's not exactly safe driving, but it's driving nonetheless. So yeah, Nvidia's in a little bit of trouble, having to give out partial refunds or full refunds if you send in the card. But it's understandable. You know, people paid for 4 gigabytes of memory. They only get 3.5. So on that note, even though it's a bit higher priced, it's better performance, and the 980 doesn't have those problems, apparently. The 980's full-fledged 4 gigabyte card. And I'm like, alright, I'm all for it. I'm pretty sure it's a 4 gigabyte card. And then they have the 960s now that are like the lower end version of the 970, of course, as you would expect. And now it's raining. But I don't think I'd get the 960. I'd probably go for the 980. Unless they fix the 970 here soon in manufacturing. They make the 970 2.0. Or the 971. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Or watch them just remake the card as a 3.5 gigabyte card. I would laugh my ass off. But I'd still probably get it, because I wouldn't really use them all, so I really don't know. I might still just get the 970, but I may wait until they fix that in case in the future I hit a game that requires all 4 gigabytes and my card decides to fucking implode on itself while playing the game. So I don't know. Which card I should get? Let me know in the comments below. What card should I get? 980, 970, 960? The 971 theoretical card that I've just come up with in my head? Let me know. So aside from that, what can you expect, now that we talk about it, in the Weekly Road Trip Season 2? What can you expect? You can expect more rants, more questions and answers, more updates, more of everything. You know, it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. I'm so screwed if I don't stop here. Okay. Whew. Here we go. Getting stuck in this slow-ass traffic while I drink some Kickstart. Hang on, gotta do it up. Ugh. That's good. That's good. Good stuff. You can expect a lot more of a lot of things recently. For those of you that didn't know, I started streaming a lot recently. I'm officially going to be streaming my first LP series that I can announce now that you guys are here, because officially started already on Twitch, and that is my Bully Let's Play. Bully Scholarship Edition by Rockstar. To celebrate the delay of Grand Theft Auto 5 and wait for its release, I'm going to be playing another Rockstar game, Bully, that I haven't played yet. And I want to. That's like the one Rockstar game I haven't played. I've played all of the others. I've played through Grand Theft Auto 1 through 4 in my lifetime, including Vice City and San Andreas. I've played some of LA Noire. Haven't finished that. Maybe touch on that one day. Haven't played Bully, though. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's going to be a good game. I've heard good things about it. Well, mixed things, but it's mainly mixed because of what it is. But I think it's going to be a good game, because Rockstar, they're good people. They make good open world games. Open-ish world games, I should say. They're not the most crazy of worlds. In fact, Bully's a pretty small world, if I remember correctly. Well, actually, when you break out of the school, it's a pretty big world, but... Oh, gotta go to the right. Whoops. Almost missed that one. Almost missed that one. But I've got it. But, as of recording this, I haven't played it yet. But I have a feeling it's going to be a good game. And so you guys can join me live. Usually at 12 p.m. You'll find out beforehand if you follow me on Twitter. At twitter.com/MaskManGaming. I believe that's Man Gaming. I don't remember my own Twitter URL. Shit. But I do know my Twitch URL if you want to follow me there to be notified whenever I start streaming at twitch.tv/MaskMan131. Because that's my old username. I used to use that on everything. That is my gamer tag and most of everything. So, follow me there. Alright. And I should probably pull over soon. Oh, shit, speeding thing. Oh, there we go. Stop right there. Yeah, I'm gonna pull over here soon when I get a chance. I say on this exit, I'm gonna stop once I pull off of the exit. So, yeah, I'm gonna be streaming Bully probably at least 3 days a week until I finish it. Each stream will probably be about 2 hours, so it's gonna be... I'm probably gonna finish it before it even comes up on YouTube, because I'm gonna release it on YouTube as well. I'm going to stream on my LPs beforehand. I'll probably actually be finished before I even release the first part on YouTube. Oh man, this is rough, and my frame rate is dropping significantly. And hopefully, there will be a nice shoulder to park on when I get off of the exit here. Any minute now. Any minute now. There is not a... oh, wait, there's a shoulder. Alright. And on that bombshell, I could probably do it in the middle of the exit up here just to kind of signify where I am. Up here. Yeah, that's what I'll do while I talk about it. So, I'll be streaming Bully 3 days a week. I might do some fun extra streams in between on the other weekdays. I want to get into streaming a lot, like I think I said before in the last road trip. And the one before that one. I really want to get into streaming here soon, so that is what I am going to do. This guy's going to cut me off, isn't he? Wait for it. Okay, there's no median shoulder up this. I'm going to park right here. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of streaming coming up here soon. It's going to be fun old times if you come and join me. And I am going to end this road trip here. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. But until then, this has been MaskMan, logging off.